I'm going to have to read this one off to the side, so please excuse me as I look over it. I have a traumatic brain injury with lots of cognitive impairments. I have fallen into depression, herniated disc in my lumbar, cervical parts. Do you think I have a chance in Social Security disability? I get this, and I know you guys are probably tired of me saying this. I get these all the time where I get people who give me a laundry list of their medical impairments and then say, do you think I have a chance? And this is what I tell them. I don't know. What does your medical record say? And this is why I say this not to be nasty, but let me just break it down. Because what happens is that people give a laundry list and they think the collective list of all those conditions should get them disability benefits. And I'm like, no, because you got to look at the evidence support that. Let's kind of pause for a second. For instance, he's got he says he has a traumatic brain injury. Well, I don't mean to be rude. I got hit by a car when I was in the 2nd grade. I had a traumatic brain injury. I got 3 degrees now. So clearly it wasn't a problem. I'm not trying to belittle what the person is asking. I'm just saying you got to keep it in its proper context. That you saying I got a traumatic brain injury doesn't tell me anything. And it doesn't tell the fact finder anything. They're going to want to know specifically how does that injury limit you. Lots of cognitive impairments. Well, what does that mean? Because let me be real with you. A lot of times people will use words, and I'm not saying that this person does it, because I bet this person knows exactly what they're talking about. But what's lots? Is that 1? Is that 3? Is that 5? Are they short term? Did they last for a month and then go away? Do you still have them? Doesn't tell me anything. Let's go down. What's the next thing here? Fallen in depression. Are you getting treated for the depression? Herniated disc in my lumbar and cervical parts. Have you had an MRI, CT, X-ray done that confirms all those things? I'm not saying this to belittle, and I thank you for the question, and please don't get offended when I say this, but my responsibility is to come at you. I got to come at you from both sides. I got to play devil's advocate, got to tell you the good when you want to hear it, got to tell you the bad when you don't. The reality is that I tell people, stop dwelling on the laundry list of things. Because if all of those things are things that you have collectively, that the evidence shows that they're not that severe individually, even collectively, then guess what? It doesn't matter that you have all those things. And let's even take it a step further. Let's say all those things were things that were diagnosed. You were in a car accident. All those things were diagnosed when you were in the hospital 5 or 6 months ago. You've been out, but you haven't been to anybody for your back. You haven't been to anybody for your depression. You haven't been to anybody for your traumatic brain injury. In other words, you ain't been to anybody. Then you want to roll the dice with Social Security with all these things because you're saying, I got all these problems, but nobody is treating you for them. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to give you the hoochie lips. So, and it's not trying to be nasty when I'm saying this. It's just important for you to understand that merely listing out a lot of impairments does not give anyone any idea of what your chances are. Because the reality is without knowing what the evidence are to support each of those conditions, and more importantly, what treatment you're taking, right now, it's just a laundry list. Doesn't really say anything. So there's no way to give an indication of what your chances are.